These are the best four values at quarterback in fantasy football 2025, at least as I see it from the 8, 9, 10, and sometimes like 6th round range. If you're talking about JD5 and Josh Allen and Lamar and those boys, those are clearly the best quarterbacks in fantasy. They'll score the most amount of points. But if you're trying to buy a quarterback that isn't going in that 3rd or 4th round territory, even Joe Burrow in 4 or 5, depends on your league, those guys excluded, these are the 4 best values in fantasy football. Even if you go bully QB in Best Ball Mania or Best Ball, code Smitty, by the way, hit that code, the link's in the description. Or in a home league, let's say you roll with a situation where you still want to grab a second quarterback because you pair Kyler with somebody. These guys make fantastic choices. I mean, especially these guys later, if you were going Kyler or Dak and you wanted a safe cuff option, to rotate through. These guys are standalone amazing. These are top 5 potential quarterbacks right here. The Fantasy Football Show begins right now.
From the FantasyFootballShow.com studios, it's the Fantasy Football Show. Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
These guys are really my favorite quarterbacks outside of those big guns, as I mentioned. And Mahomes goes in that kind of, it depends if you're in a best ball draft. Again, Underdog promo code Smitty, links in the description. They'll match your first deposit 50% all the way up to $1,000. We draft every single night practically at midnight. So hit that link and get ready. I mean, in Underdog drafts, he's going in the 7th round. No one's saying that in home leagues, that's always going to be what it looks like for you. No one's saying that he can't go in round 5 in your buddy league, your work league. But in general, between best ball and non-best ball, I would say 6 to 7 round range for Mahomes, especially with the fact that Rashee Rice is now expected. We don't even know yet. As of the recording of this video, it's July 28th in the early morning. We don't know. There's, to the letter of the NFL law, the policy, he technically is a first-time offender with the 3 third-degree misdemeanors, might not even get a suspension. But let's say he gets a 2 to 4 game suspension. People are already down on Mahomes as it is. They can't stand him. Oh, he hasn't been the same quarterback for 2 years. Well, the crazy part about that little stat is that Mahomes has been a top 4 quarterback more times than he has not. And if he had lost his wide receivers this year, he would have had 2 bad years in a row. I believe that he had a better year than that number 8 overall year. Number 7, never been outside the top 10, by the way. Number 7, he was going to bounce back kind of like he did in 2020 from 2019, but then he lost Hollywood. He lost Rashee Rice, and the team morphed. And to his credit and to the Chiefs' credit, he played unbelievable, walking into that whole scenario all the way through it. And the fact that people have anything bad to say about Mahomes half the time is head-scratching to me. But this is a guy that's lived inside the top 4 fantasy football quarterbacks more than he has lived outside the top 4. And for that reason, with the addition of Brashard Smith, Jalen Royals, getting Rashee Rice back, Worthy being a whole year worth of experience, and Kelsey dropping the weight, I feel really strong about Patrick Mahomes returning this value, even if he disappoints the hell out of me. I'm going to love getting him at this range, even in that scenario. But if he returns to top 3 or 4 quarterback form, this is winning your league. That's how amazing this is. And in best ball, stacking Mahomes with Rice or Worthy or Kelsey or one of those wide receivers with Kelsey, it's very easy to do with this 6th round cost of entry. So in a home league, very willing to pay this. In a best ball, very, very much waiting here. He falls to about 80 to 84 overall on Best Ball Mania. Don't hesitate to click on Mahomes' name when you can go RB, wide receiver, Rice in the 4th round because of the suspension. More players here, and then you grab Mahomes, as your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7th drafted player. And then you could even draft Bo Nix right after that and do a bully QB. So you get Mahomes right here, and then you get Bo Nix that next pick. I love that actual style of play in best ball. I love doing the bully quarterback thing. And what bully quarterback is, if anybody doesn't know, it's where you draft 2 quarterbacks two big name quarterbacks. In my opinion, Nix and Mahomes are just quietly disguised as not big name quarterbacks. These are both top 5 potential quarterbacks. This guy was number 7 last year in 6-point per TD leagues as a rookie without Ingram, without RJ Harvey, J.K. Dobbins, Pat Bryant, improved offense and defense and offensive line, and just this team firing on all cylinders. Number 7. What do you think he's going to do this year? Nix is going to the moon. This is a top 5 potential QB. So now that we're on the Bo Nix conversation, top 5 potential QB. If he was 7 last year in 6-point per TD leagues, what makes anyone think he can't climb 2 measly spots with all those weapons added? Bo Nix is a dog. He's got a dog mentality. He goes in the 7-8 round range. So Nix, you're going to get in 7 to 8. In home leagues, you're more so leaning here. And in best ball, you're leaning there. I don't think even in home leagues, you're going to see him higher than 7. But you might even find him in 8 to 9. This might be one of those players where, like Mahomes, different from Mahomes. Mahomes goes in maybe 6, 7 instead of 7 to 8 in best ball, 7, 8 in home leagues, 6, sometimes 5.5. Nix might be the reverse. You might have to pay top dollar, and top dollar I mean like round 8, 9, and then in home leagues it might be more like 9, 10. But you'll have to play it out and check your ADP. And again, you're not going to draft off ADP, but the ADP rank, the suggested rank when you're on the clock, will tell you how you can get away with what. Oh, he's right here, but my pick is right here. I'm not going to make it back to my next pick. I got to take Bo Nix right here. But ADP helps guide you to manipulate the data. And if you're sitting here going, okay, I pick here, and then all these picks are in between, but Bo Nix's ADP is right here. And so I'll be able to get Bo at this pick very easily, I think. So why take him here? Use ADP to your advantage. But Bo Nix is a phenomenal ADP. And I'm telling you, this is a top 5 quarterback in the making. He's one of the best running quarterbacks in the league. He can get you 6, 7 rushing touchdowns, 600 yards plus running, and he could throw for 4,000 plus and 35 plus touchdowns through the air while rushing for that 6 touchdowns. That means he's a 40 plus total touchdown player, sum total, and he's got capability of more than that. That's kind of a floor. And so these guys are the higher drafted players. Mahomes, again, 6th round in home league, 7 or 8 in best ball. Nix, probably just count on him being like 7, 8 in both non-best ball and best ball. And then Penix Jr., man, he's going in, it looks like 12, 11, 12, 13 in those territories, depending on your league. Again, that ADP will really help you know where you can wait, how many. Can you wait till your next pick, or does ADP suggest he'll go in between, and so you got to take him earlier? But this is a guy that, in my opinion, is going to light up the league. This is one of the best passers in the league. His cannon on his shoulder, attached to his shoulder, is going to unload 4,500 yard production. He could easily throw for 35 plus touchdowns with that we'll just call it 40. Yeah, let's call it 4,500 yards. I mean, he could throw for well more than 4,500 yards. He could throw for well more than 35 touchdowns too. This right here is a conservative estimate. London, Kyle Pitts, Bijan, this team is fantastic. Mooney, once he's healthy and ready to go, they might even sign a Keenan Allen by the time you watch this video. Who the hell knows? This is Penix Jr.'s season. He's going to come for everybody, and he's going to make everybody pay that's doubted him. This is a commander. This is a guy that goes to the podium and commands the attention of everybody watching. He can command the men in the huddle. They trust him. The way he speaks is eloquent. He definitely captivates everybody because he knows what he's doing, and you trust him. His teammates trust him. He's a gunslinger, and he comes into the NFL. Yeah, he got hurt a lot, but he had to play a whole lot longer to prove that he could stay healthy. Played 2 healthy seasons in college and finally earned everyone's trust. And they're like, okay, he might stay healthy. Comes in with a whole boatload of experience, and he walks in like a veteran. This is a guy that can win leagues from that 11, 12 round territory. And again, I like coupling him maybe with a Nix or a Mahomes if you're going to get Penix Jr. Then if things go really good like they did with JD5 when your boy told you to draft JD5 along with another quarterback, you were able to trade Joe Burrow or whoever you had because JD5 was going off. And Penix Jr. could have that kind of year. He could have a top 7 to 8 quarterback season, maybe higher, but that's probably a pretty safe place to to put them in your mind at least. Penix Jr. taking London to the moon. London's going to be a top 5 wide receiver. Kyle Pitts could be a bounce back top 7 tight end. You don't have to trust him if you don't want to, but he's practically free. He no longer goes in a territory where we say, do we trust Kyle Pitts again? Kyle Pitts is practically free. Double-digit rounds, who cares? He's worth grabbing. And so he's going to go crazy. I love Penix Jr. Could win leagues this year for people that have him sitting there and it allows them trade bait. Ward is another one that is practically, I don't want to say free, but like 12, 13 round territory. That is crazy. He looks so good. He's so advanced for a rookie. I'm grabbing Ward over Caleb Williams 10 times out of 10. Every single time. This guy's going to outscore Caleb Williams as a rookie. He looks like a veteran. He knows what he's doing. He's confident. He commands the men. And I see nothing but amazing things for him as a rookie. Maybe he doesn't take his team to a playoff. How could he? You look at the conference. There's no way he can squeeze out a wild card spot. It's just too competitive. But what we will have is him exiting the 2025 season going, okay, this team's coming for everybody. You know, it's going to take a year. They can't grab a wild card spot. If Buffalo, KC, the Bengals, and let's say I think the Jaguars win the divisions, you got 3 wild card spots up for grabs. And let's say you like Baltimore to win the division, fine. Then the Bengals get the spot. You want Denver? I kind of think Denver could win the division. Then KC gets a spot. Either way, these 4 teams are locked in. The division winners and then 2 wild card spots, whether it's the Bengals or Ravens or the Chiefs or Broncos. 2 of those wild card spots of the 3 are already taken. So you got the Jets, the Dolphins, the Raiders, the Chargers, the Steelers, the Texans, or the Jaguars if they don't win the division, all fighting for it. There's no way the Titans can grab that, but the Titans will be one of those teams that you say, wow, I think they're going to be pretty good the next season. So that's going to be because of Ward, and Spears is a pretty interesting player. Like out of all the players on this roster, I like Manor, I like Restrepo, and Ridley could have a pretty solid year, Okonkwo, whatever. I like Tajay Spears. I mean, this kid is a very, very good pass catcher, and we've already heard out of Tennessee that they want to divide that room up a little more than they did last year, which means that you're going to get a lot of PPR work out of Spears, especially even though he plays well, they'll be playing from behind. And so you'll have a lot of Spears on the field, I think, in the third and fourth quarter. These are my 4 QBs to go get if you're looking for value. Of course, I'm not saying I don't get Burrow or JD5 or Josh Allen or Lamar or, any of the big dogs. Of course, I like Hurts, whoever you like there. I'm fine with the early quarterback. I'm the defender of the universe when it comes to early quarterback, but I also promote late quarterback, and I oftentimes couple them together so that you have trade bait and trade value. Some content creators and people tell you don't go after backup quarterbacks. Don't worry about that. You can turn backup quarterbacks when injury strikes into a pot of gold if you do it right. And many of our people did it last year with JD5. So do what you want. If you don't like to go double quarterbacks or whatever, I don't advise you to do bully QB in non-best ball though, but drafting multiple quarterbacks smartly spread out in non-best ball is great. Like grabbing, let's say, Mahomes and Bo Nix back-to-back in non-best balls, fine, because those are later. That's round 7 and 8. That's okay. But you don't grab a JD5 and then a Josh Allen in the third or fourth and then screw yourself out of depth, because then you're trying to decide who to start each week. You're going to get it wrong each week anyway. In best ball, code Smitty, if you want to draft with us at midnight almost every single night, link in description. On best ball, you draft, even if you did draft JD5 and Josh Allen in the third and fourth, that could work for you because optimal scoring, the best ball platform starts your highest scoring quarterback for you automatically. So it's a whole different thing to bully quarterback in best ball. But it's smart to have these 2 guys as a backup or couple any 2 of these 4 guys together in 2025. Now go get it. Don't forget to get on over to my Patreon, 24/7, 365 live chat group, $10 a month, cancel anytime. And your boy will be lingering throughout the chat throughout the day, every day, 365, 24/7. But it is really about the group coming together to help answer questions and be a community. Cancel anytime. Try it out. Link in description. The link will always be in the description, so know that. And don't forget, I've got a year-round content site. This is my bread and butter from the olden days. Been doing this since 2002/2003 when I couldn't find a trade calculator in the industry, and I said, I will create it myself. And I've done it ever since. TheFantasyFootballShow.com. That link is in the description. The Underdog link is in the description. And the Patreon link is in the description. All three are, and they always are, so you can go to any video anytime you decide you want to hit any of those links. They're always in the description of every video. Easy to find later on if you decide you want to try and tackle one of those, I don't know, days down the line, whatever. Appreciate you all. See you. I'm live Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Live additionally whenever big news breaks, and live almost every midnight, like I said, drafting on Underdog with you and talking shop. You know, we don't just do a draft video. We do content and drafting. See you all later.